To celebrate the fact that I've got a job, this week we'll be treading on Yahtzee's toes yet again in the 11th installment of Super Mario Schlong, entitled, Which Console is Right for Me? With this episode I'm hoping to break the console wars down into manageable chunks for today's attention deficit disorder culture. Hopefully I can give you some useful information on the best way to spend your hard-earned cash. So, let's break the contenders down one by one, shall we? First of all, there's the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo are a small upstart Japanese trading card company, and if you're a real American, you won't give money to the internationalist communist propaganda console. The key titles on this platform include Final Fight Guy, Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday, and Clay Fighter 2, Judgment Clay. Now, let's look at the pros and cons of this system. Pros. Firstly, Nintendo's strict censorship policy means you won't see any wangs on this system. Also, the controller has sexy multicolored buttons, and the console supports Mode 7, whatever that means. On the cons side, basically Donkey Kong Country is one big difficulty spike. Only real men need apply for this manly adventure. Next up, let's look at the Sega Genesis. Sega, a gaming company, started in America, whose main objective was originally savage franchise rape. Now they have settled for slinking quietly into the background of the industry, hoping nobody will notice their absence. The key titles on this platform include Awesome Possum, Magical Hat Adventure, and Toe Jam and Earl 2, Panic on Funkatron. Again, let's look at the pros and cons. Pros. Firstly, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Then of course, there's Sega's blast processing, whatever that is. And finally, there's fucking Gunstar Heroes. Come on people. Cons. With only 3 buttons, I find it quite difficult to play either Virtual Bart or Devil May Cry 14. Finally, let's look at the TurboGrafx 16. I've got no idea what this is or how to work it, so it's quite difficult to recommend. Now, the future. What does the future hold for the gaming industry? Let's look into our crystal balls. Nintendo's next system is the Ultra 64, which I predict will have such memorable titles as Donkey Kong Country 27 and Super Mario 18 Billion. The Super Nintendo should continue to live on until at least 2010, with the 3rd installment in the Lost Vikings series and a game based on the wildly popular movie Time Cop bolstering sales this holiday season. Sega, when they aren't ruining your childhood memories, are developing a new system, which is basically a guaranteed slam dunk runaway international commercial success. Flagship titles for this new system include Shenmue, The Other 6 Bloody Chapters, and Jet Set Radio Gets Medieval. The Sega Genesis should continue to live on until at least 2010, with the potentially limitless expandability of the Sega CD and 32X providing its users with... who am I kidding anyway? Finally, here comes a new challenger into the console market early next year. It's Sony, whose PlayStation is based on revolutionary compact disc technology. Leading the charge of 3D gaming with titles such as Bubsy 3D and Attack of the Giant Horny Gorilla, only time will tell if Sony can turn underpriced... Great. Sorry about that, I just got an email, but I'm going to continue with this take anyway. Where was I? Only time will tell if Sony can turn overpriced fancy pants technology into cold hard cash. If there's one thing I've learned from the TurboGrafx 16 though, it's that there's no room in this market for a third wheel, so I predict PlayStation sales will be overtaken by the Virtual Boy by next holiday season. And that's my lock of the week. Thanks for watching everyone.